Hi! Welcome to this part of my review featuring Sacrifice, an Incense and Iron RPG. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this tabletop role-playing game, where you fight the horrors of the Dark Ages and Christianity, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the world, the setting. The continent of Nea has been inhabited for as long as scholars can surmise, from the ruins and few ancient texts found across the land. Once fully under the grasp of the mighty Krathic Empire, their race and civilization was wiped out by a series of revolts some 800 years ago, which resulted in a fragmented political landscape that shapes the current state of affairs. Let's talk about the Krath, a noble race of enlightened beings. The Krath came from across the sea approximately 2,000 years ago. After 1,000 years of constant strife against the tribes of men, the Krath Empire fell apart as it slowly lost territories to the invading forces, who brutally exterminated the so-called Ebon demons and their civilization. The different human tribes didn't waste time to quickly claim the different Krathic regions, building their own civilization from the remains of the one they had destroyed. Although war is a common thing in Nea, the majority of countries have made trade their main focus, and most of the continent's capitals are connected by a network of relatively safe roads and riverways. In this subsection you have a road encounters table, with results such as: the sound of fighting can be heard ahead. It seems a group of bandits are attempting to rob some peasants. Or perhaps you encounter a disciple of fire, torso naked and full of firebrand marks. This disciple is offering absolution to all those who will accept the purifying pain of the brand. You also have information on the kingdom of Bavaria. Covering a large portion of the continent's central region, the Kingdom of Bavaria has a strong tradition of chivalry and court life. Characterized by its vast farmlands and being the country with the largest concentration of ancient Krathic ruins, the most important moment in the kingdom's history was undoubtedly the creation of the Church of the Burning Light. You have details on places of interest such as the ruins of Sarak, one of the largest Krathic ruins, once a bustling metropolis. You also have information on the mouth of Eso, a large active volcano, just to name a few places. You also have details on the current political landscape. There is actually war going on with the Kadainor Dominion for the past 100 years. You also have details on Bavarian society, which is lavish, considered decadent by most standards. You also have information on the Kadainor Dominion. Large, vast forests and high mountain peaks cover most of Kadain and Ermi, the two provinces that together form the Kadainor Dominion. Among the many disputes they have with the Kingdom of Bavaria, having lost the honor of being protectors of the faith is probably the hardest one to swallow for the faithful Kadainorians. Kadainorians feel they must make amends before the church and win the war against Bavaria as swiftly as possible. You have places of interest such as Avencon Forest, which was recently partially devastated by a large fire, destroying several nearby towns. There's also information on the current political landscape. The crown's power is unstable since the boy king sits on the throne. You also have information on the Kadainorian society, which has a strong sense of justice. The rulers have a long tradition of building public infrastructure, even though it has little effect on poverty. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to continue with details on this dark world. I like how in this setting there are many mysteries concerning the ruins, but also the political intrigue. There are many details that I avoided. They could be potential spoilers. Perhaps you want to explore them either with your players or during solo play. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.